Steve Jobs and the Lost Intern. In the innovation-driven world of Steve Jobs, every day was an adventure. In 2010, at Apple's Cupertino headquarters, an internship program was in full swing designed to train the tech leaders of tomorrow. Our main character, 21-year-old Kevin Anderson, had worked tirelessly to earn a spot in this prestigious program. Kevin's passion for technology and his dream of working at Apple had brought him this far. But he had no idea that his biggest challenge was just around the corner. A chance encounter. Kevin had always admired Steve Jobs from afar. He devoured every book and interview about the visionary CEO, inspired by his relentless drive for perfection and his ability to think differently. When Kevin was told he would get to attend a meeting with Jobs, it felt like a dream come true. He spent the night before rehearsing how he might introduce himself, though his nerves made it difficult to imagine even speaking a word. The day of the meeting arrived. Kevin entered the sleek, minimalist conference room with trembling hands. Jobs walked in with his signature black turtleneck and jeans, exuding an aura of confidence. He scanned the room briefly before his piercing eyes landed on Kevin. "You," Jobs said, pointing directly at him. "You're the intern. Test this prototype and prepare a detailed report for me. You have 24 hours." The room went silent. Kevin's heart raced. This was a golden opportunity and a daunting responsibility. The mistake that changed everything. Kevin returned to his desk with the prototype, a sleek and futuristic device that was set to revolutionize smartphones. As he examined it, he couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. He was holding something that few people had ever seen, let alone touched. But pride quickly turned to panic when Kevin made a fateful mistake. After hours of testing, Kevin decided to take a short break and headed to the cafeteria. Exhausted and distracted, he left the prototype on his desk. When he returned, his blood ran cold. The prototype was gone. At first, he thought he might have misplaced it. He searched his desk, his bag, and even retraced his steps to the cafeteria, but it was nowhere to be found. Panic set in. Losing the prototype wasn't just a personal failure, it was a security breach. The weight of the situation pressed down on him. He considered keeping quiet, hoping it might turn up, but deep down, he knew the right thing to do was to report it. Summoning all his courage, he went to the intern coordinator. A race against time. "There's a problem," Kevin began hesitantly. I lost the prototype." The coordinator's face darkened. "This is serious. We need to inform Steve immediately," she said. Kevin's stomach churned. The thought of disappointing his idol was unbearable. As they prepared to escalate the issue, a security officer entered the room. "We found the prototype in the cafeteria," he said. Kevin's relief was palpable, but it was short-lived. The incident couldn't simply be swept under the rug. Steve Jobs had already been informed. Facing the music, Kevin was summoned to Jobs' office. The walk down the corridor felt like an eternity. When he entered, Jobs was seated behind his desk, his intense gaze fixed on Kevin. "I heard you lost the prototype," Jobs said, his voice calm but razor-sharp. "Do you understand the gravity of this situation?" Kevin's throat felt dry, but he forced himself to speak. "Yes, I understand. It was my responsibility, and I made a mistake. I'm truly sorry." Jobs leaned back in his chair, studying Kevin for a moment. "Mistakes happen," he said finally. "But what matters is how you respond to them. Reliability is everything at Apple. What will you do to make sure this never happens again?" Kevin's mind raced. He took a deep breath and replied, "I will be more organized, implement systems to track my responsibilities, and never act carelessly again." This has been a wake-up call. Jobs nodded, a faint smile playing at the corners of his mouth. "Good. I'm giving you a second chance. Don't waste it." Redemption and growth. From that day forward, Kevin's approach to work changed dramatically. He became meticulous in his organization and took extra care in every task he was assigned. His newfound diligence didn't go unnoticed. By the end of the internship program, Jobs himself acknowledged Kevin's improvement, and Kevin was offered a full-time position at Apple. Over the years, Kevin rose through the ranks, eventually leading his own team. He often shared the story of the lost prototype, using it as a lesson in accountability and resilience. "It's not the mistakes that define you," he would say, "but how you learn from them." The legacy of a lesson. Looking back, Kevin realized that Jobs' willingness to give him a second chance had been a turning point in his life. It wasn't just about the prototype. It was about learning to take responsibility, to face challenges head-on, and to strive for excellence in everything he did. Jobs' belief in second chances became a cornerstone of Kevin's own leadership style, inspiring countless others along the way. And that brings us to the end of this story. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like the video and share it. Subscribe to our channel for more inspirational stories. Thank you.